Done. Oh, it's so nice of you to tell me. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, so the lesson for today's lesson and also for Thursdays is going to be on opening leads. This one is more about leading against suit contracts. I'm going to preface this by saying that opening leads, I think, are probably the hardest part of the game. If you hear people talk about other players, they say, oh, they're a great declarer, or they're a great bidder, or they're a great defender. I've never heard the phrase, they're a great opening leader. It's always just educated guesswork. The only thing you can go on is your hand in the auction. You're not seeing very much. So you want to sort of get the styles of opening leads, whether you lead aggressively. We'll go, some of these hands are telling you the auction that you want to lead aggressively. Or some other hands you want to lead very passively, not try and give up a trick. Let declarer do their own work. And you only have the auction to go on. So I'm sorry to sound so discouraging at the start, but but hopefully this will give you some ideas of when to make various kinds of leads. Okay, the first one is board 2. I'm uploading that now. Okay. So the auction was one spade by East. There are many, many rules in bridge, and over the course of time, I've learned that almost every rule has its exceptions somewhere. But the one rule that I've yet to find at any level an exception to is you always open the higher of 2 5-card suits and then rebid the other one. It just allows preference to the first bid suit, which is the higher bid suit, without sacrificing a level. So one spade, because you have 2 5-card suits, you open the higher one. South passes. West has 7 points. They don't have spades, so you bid a no trump. That's all you can do. I think Linda called it like a catch-all one no trump response. It's just every hand less than 10 points that doesn't have support has to go through one no trump. North doesn't have enough points and certainly doesn't have the suit quality to consider coming in the auction. Even if they did consider it, the vulnerability should dissuade you. When you're vulnerable, you want to be more cautious. So pass. This hand is it's 17, what is it? 17? 17 high card points, 2 good 5-card suits. It's just too strong to bid 2 hearts. That's about 12 to 16 points. So it's a smidgen of an overbid because a jump shift by opener, a jump is forcing to game. But I think with these hands, you just can't risk it going 2 hearts, pass, pass, pass. So 3 hearts is normal. Pass. I am okay. In the lesson, I put 3 no trump, and I'm okay with that call. The other call that I think is worth considering is when you bid 1 no trump, you've denied 3 cards in spades. So 3 spades is what they call a false preference. You don't have good support for hearts. You've got a doubleton spade, and you're a little twitchy about no trump. I'm a little twitchy about no trump, even though I have 5 of them with 5 small diamonds. But so 3 spades would be okay. But whether you bid 3 spades or 3 no trump, I'll go back to the lesson hand. East should pattern out. There's a 5-2 fit might even play okay. Partner could easily have 3 hearts on this auction, so 4 hearts. Pass. West now knows that his partner probably is 5-5 in the majors. They might be 5-6-5, but you don't know which way. They have longer hearts than spades. So on the assumption the partner's got equal length, they pass. So what has this auction told South, who's on opening lead? They have a bunch of spades behind declare of spades. That's good. But the auction says when they show a two-suiter and then they settle in the second suit, there's a strong probability that they're going to be roughing the first suit when they get to the declare play. You want to try and protect these spade tricks on defense, stopping the spade ruff. So this auction strongly suggests leading a trump. The reason being that you're trying to prevent declare from roughing spades and dummy. The second question is given that we're going to lead a trump, which one do we want to lead? There's the disadvantage to leading low is that declare might win the trick, then play, like if dummy had a singleton spade, they could then ruff a couple of spades before we get in and draw some more trumps. That's the disadvantage to leading low. The disadvantage to leading the ace is that you're giving up control of the hand. And sometimes partner has something like queen jack doubles in of hearts, and the ace might squish one of partner's tricks. That's going to be embarrassing. Lead low, hope you get in again, and you don't like to give up control of the trump suit. Sorry, pass, pass, pass. So on a low heart lead, play low from dummy. Well, yeah, we've got plenty of entries to dummy. The spade suit is one that one of the opponents might be roughing in, so we want to preserve the 9 as a high trump. 8, sure. Sorry, sticky mouse. 8, and you win with something. Now you want to try when you're looking at the losers. You have the ace of hearts as a loser, nothing in diamonds, nothing in clubs, but you do have a lot of these spade losers. You've got entries to dummy, so let's try taking a spade finesse. So I think 2 of clubs to the king, spade, and you want to try and lose the lead as little as possible here. If you play the 10, they're certainly going to win the trick, and they're probably going to then clear out trumps for you. I know it doesn't matter on this hand, but you want to try the queen, because if it wins, you're in really good shape. Now you can start roughing the spades. If it loses, okay, but you're going to lose the lead anyway. So this time I'd play the queen. If you played the 10, that's okay-ish. But I think the queen's the better play. Now you've won the king. You can sort of tell from trick 1 the partner doesn't have anything in hearts. No, sorry, I'm with the south hand. So now there's no obvious threat of declare pitching anything on diamonds or clubs. There's no rush in the minors. We want to stop declare roughing spades still. So now we plunk down the ace of hearts and continue hearts. Probably should have unblocked there. Nice play. Well, here would be the king of diamonds just to let your partner know exactly what you have. And declare crosses to club. Forlornly tries another spade finesse. Fine. They can play a diamond or a club here. And now their last hope is that they split 3-3, but it was evil people made up these hands. So now the defense gets 3 spades and the ace of hearts to beat it 1. If you don't clear trumps, if you didn't lead a trump or clear trumps when you were in the king of spades. Sorry, let's go back and back and back and back and back. Swear we'll get there eventually, guys. Sorry. Okay. Okay. All right, just waiting for those to clear. If you made a fairly normal, like if I had to pick a minor, the clubs are a little strong and you have that sequence. So I'd lead the 10 of clubs. Now declare can win the ace, hook a spade. Now, even if you played ace of hearts and another heart, trying to get away as much as you can of the hearts on the table. You can see the declarer and rough that. Great. Now they can like get back to hand, finally draw that last trump, and then they can give up a spade and they'll get the fifth spade. So the defense will, if you didn't get all three trumps off the table by leading them at trick one and continuing them at tricks 3 and 4, declare was going to make that. Important point is that when do you know to lead trumps? I know when we're going through and we do the lead analysis, we almost never suggest leading trumps. This is one auction type of auction that you want to lead a trump unless there's a good reason not to. When declarer has shown a two-suiter and they've settled in the second suit, then they're probably going to ruff the first suit. So that's one you want to lead trumps, and unless you see a good reason to, keep leading trumps all the time. And it's very seldom that you want to plunk down the ace of trumps. That'll give declarer control of the hand. Sometimes you have to, but you like to preserve the ace of trumps so you can decide what to do as opposed to letting declarer decide what to do. Okay? Any questions on that one? Did anybody end up, were most people in four hearts? I imagine some people would end up in 3-0.
I think there's only one person in four hearts,
Only 1% for,
and
okay.
he went down one.
They were down one. Okay. So it was going to be a little tricky for declarer to play anyway. But I think we sort of get the point. Yeah, we've set it up with the spade sitting as badly as they can. 3-0 is going to be bad. You'll get four hearts, the ace king of, sorry, I'll reload it. I think that's quicker than doing. Come on. Why are we not loading? Okay, there we go. Oops. That's not good. I think I hit the other one. Sorry, guys. There we are. Okay, sorry. If you're in 3-0, the West was the guy. So we like to lead fourth. Sorry, let's just go. It's attractive to normally lead from your longest suit against no trump. Here, probably the king of diamonds is right. It's going to set up so many tricks right away that it's probably a better lead. Again, opening leads are educated guesswork, but I'd lead the king of diamonds. And declarer is going to end up taking 4 heart tricks, the ace king of clubs for 6, and the ace of diamonds for 7, the ace of spades for 8. It's going to be a little tight. The defense has to be careful, but they should be able to beat it 1. There's a danger that they might end up setting declarer's 5th diamond up. 3-0, if 3-0 trump made, I wouldn't be surprised. It's sort of a tricky defense. Anyway, that wasn't
It did.
point of
3-0 Trump in the West did make it.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. There's if you lead a club, which isn't an unreasonable lead, and declare pops with the jack, that's their 9th trick. So there certainly is a lot of scope for letting 3-0 make here rather than 4 hearts. But against 4 hearts, when they've shown the 2-suiter, this is one you wanted to lead a trump. Okay, I'm going to go on to board 5 now. Okay. Auction. Sorry, let's get rid of that. North opens a heart. It's the right points for 1-0, but don't do it with a 6-card major. I used to do that in my youth. It doesn't work out. Pass. I'm going to assume you're playing standard American. If you play 2/1, this is a one no trump response because you don't have game forcing values. In standard American, two clubs is about 10 points plus. It's not forcing the game. It does promise another call. This hand is very close, but with a good six card suit, the King of Hearts is sort of worth 3.5 points. And it's very descriptive to partners. So two clubs is minimum I want to have for it, but I think it's worth a two club call. If I only had five clubs and say three diamonds instead, then I think I'd respond to no trump. But a six club makes it attractive enough to bid two clubs. The West hand has the other two suits, but they're nowhere near enough points. After a 2/1 response, you're almost certainly going to be defending. So you don't want to let the opponent know where all the points are and all the distribution is. So pass. North rebids two hearts. That's normally a six card suit. So pass. Sorry, guys, the mouse is being sticky on me. Three hearts, which is just invitational. So about 10 to 12 points. Probably two only hearts. Just inviting partner. This hand is 15 points, about a king more than they promised. So they should be comfortable bidding four hearts. And that should end it. So this is one, do we lead aggressively here or do we lead passively? Aggressive leads are ones where you're going to underlead unsupported honors, try to get set up or cash your tricks before the declaring side gets pitches. On this auction, the two club bid, you're not sure, but looking at three small clubs, it's probable they're going to be able to get clubs as a source of tricks as pitches. We don't, they're, what we're worried about is if we lead passively, which would be a club or a trump, that the layout is something like what the hand actually is, where declare can run all their hearts and then run all their clubs. We want to lead aggressively here. So that means we don't want to lead a club or a heart. We want to lead a spade or a diamond. And we try not to lead unsupported aces. That frequently gives up a trick. Plus, we're promising the king when we lead the ace. So partner won't be able to signal intelligently. He'll signal assuming that you have the ace king. And you can get wires crossed there. So we don't want to lead a spade. That leaves diamonds. That's all the we don't want to lead. We want to lead aggressively. We don't want to lead away from an ace or lead the ace. Leaves diamonds. So the auction suggests leading aggressively, and the diamond, even though under leading a king is somewhat dangerous, you need to be aggressive because declare is going to get pitches on their clubs. So they lead the two of diamonds. West wins their ace. Let's play the six just to be cute. Now, what does West know? West knows that their partner has the king or queen of diamonds, almost certainly, because they led a low one. If they didn't have the king or queen, they might have led a higher diamond. They might not clear. But we know we're only going to take one more trick in diamonds at most. It's not 100% clear at match points, but I like the queen of spades play. If declare has the ace instead of the king, we might have sacrificed an over trick, but partner might be able to get in anyway, and then partner can work out what's going on. So queen of spades, we might as well cover just in case West is getting cute. And now it becomes what's known as a cash out problem. It's not 100% clear. Obviously, looking at all four hands, we know that we can cash another spade and another diamond. But you don't know that this is the exact layout. I would try playing the two of spades back. Partner might have queen, jack, 10, only three times in spades. So now, okay, so they play a spade to the 10. partner has led back the two, so they didn't start life with three spades. If hang on, I'll just undo it a bit. If they had ace nine, if they started with ace nine two, so that they only had the 9 and 2 left, then they would return the 9. So when they return the 2, they and it holds, they know that their partner either started with ace fourth or maybe ace doubleton. That's a little more unlikely, especially because we know from the opening lead that DeClara had 3 diamonds. So they're reasonably confident that DeClara started life with 2 spades. So okay, the spades are now we can cast the spade. This is a bit of guesswork. The other option, which is also very reasonable, sorry, is after winning the ace of spades, just cash the king of diamonds, hope DeClara doesn't ruff that, and then play back the 2 of spades. Again, that's pretty likely that the king of diamonds is not going to be ruffed. It would give your partner ace, queen, jack 6 times of diamonds. They might have stuck in a 2 diamond overcall with that to help you out on the defense. So big part is this is an auction you wanted to lead aggressively. You want to try and set up your tricks before DeClara wins the lead and cashes their tricks, or sets up their suit to cash their tricks. When the dummy is going to have a long, strongish suit, you want to lead aggressively to get your tricks before they get pitches on that trick, on that suit. It's a bit of guesswork afterwards to work out how to cash 2 spades and 2 diamonds. I don't think it's like if you let 4 hearts make after leading a diamond, I have a lot of sympathy for you. You have to switch to the queen of spades at trick 2, and you have to cash out successfully. Good defenders would get that right, I want to say about 75% of the time, but there's a potential for screwing it up. Big point is don't lead passively when dummy has a long, strong suit against a suit contract. Any questions on that one? Okay. All right. Let's go on to, I think it was board 7, but I'll know when I see it. Yes. Yeah, this one. Okay. So once again, South bids a spade. West has the right shape for a takeout double. They have 3 cards in each of the bid suits. But the ace of spades isn't, you don't want the ace to be in their suit. You'd like it to be in the other suit. And even then, you only have 8 high card. Double, to put it charitably, would be very aggressive. Some mention of a straight jacket is probably a little more appropriate, but pass, pass. North has 11 points, so if you're not playing 2/1 as a game forcing bid, I think in standard American you want to make a 2/1 response. 3 spades promises for a 4-card suit nowadays. 4-card support for partner rather. If you were sitting down with something and weren't sure, 3 spades is okay, but for most partnerships, that promises 4 cards in spades. When you only have 3 cards like this, you start out with a 2/1 response, a temporizing response. You want to bid 2 clubs here, just to give partner the maximum amount of room. Overcalling 2 hearts wouldn't be nuts, but probably just say pass. Again, after a 2/1 response, you usually want to stay out of the auction. It's just telling them stuff. South raises
Can we go back
clubs.
to that 2 club response?
I'm sorry.
Can we go back to that 2 club response?
Yeah,
I have a
sure. Hang on, I'll
question.
get back there.
Okay, why wouldn't that be a limit raise of three spades?
I would be okay. But most people that promises four card support nowadays. They distinguish between they would both show limit raises, and three spades is fine. Except for me and for a lot of partnerships, that promises four.
Oh, I thought it just promised you got a fit because South has
It
five spades
Yeah,
and you got
it's not
three.
unreasonable, but because there's different ways that you can show 10 to 12 points, and spades and three and support for partner, they like to play that the immediate jump is also 10 to 12 points in support, but promises four. That isn't 100%. If it's a three spade bid, that's fine. But it sort of ruins the lesson of the opening lead. Um, so I'm going to
Okay.
stick a two club bid in there.
All right,
Uh,
thank you.
yeah. Yeah, if you just play 1-3, doesn't promise four, then yes, I agree. This is about a classic three spade response. Pass, south raises partner's suit. Pass. Down north shows their support. Now we've got the same information that you would directly after one spade, three spades, but you also know that partner doesn't. You've also said I don't have four spades because I would have bid three spades right over, and I've got this suit that I like as well. Helps partner evaluate a little bit better. That's the logic behind having three spades immediately show four. Anyway, okay, so three spades pass. This hand is 14 high card, but it's a good 14. The king of clubs, you've got a two fits, so you bid four spades. Pass, pass, pass. So this is an auction where it's told West a lot. Normally you try and lead an unbid suit, but they've bid and raised clubs on their way to four spades. So somebody might only have three, but they'll have at least seven cards between the two hands, four and three, maybe, or something like that. Or they might have eight. Partner has at most one club is the point. And even if they only have one, we have the ace of trumps. We know we're going to be able to get in and give some partner club roughs if even if they don't rough it at trick one. So the auction has been kind enough to tell you that clubs are what you want to lead. When you're giving your partner a rough, you want to try and tell partner what to lead after they've roughed. Here, you prefer a diamond to a heart, so you want to lead the two of clubs. Partner should the counterpoint to that logic is if you're roughing something and wondering what to lead back, hopefully your partner will have told you. So two of clubs, let's stick in the queen just to confuse everything, and they rough. Great. Um, Now, if you can read the two of clubs as a suit preference signal, then you'll play back a diamond automatically. If you don't, and I don't blame you if you don't. What you want to do is you want to cash the ace of hearts at trick two. Um, this denies the king. We only play the ace from ace king at trick one. So if partner has the king of hearts, they'll encourage. If partner doesn't have the king of hearts, they'll discourage, like on this hand. And now we can shift to a diamond. If you read the two of clubs as a suit preference signal and let's shift it to a diamond at trick two, even better, but on this hand it doesn't matter. Um, they'll probably play a low diamond here. I'll go back on if they play the ace of diamonds. We give partner another club rough, and eventually we'll get in with the spade ace and give partner yet another club rough. And as you can see, that turned out horrifically for the declarer, and it went down three. Um, if you don't get the club roughs, hang on, I'll just reload. I'm supposed to do it again. Come on, open up. It's not letting me do it. Okay. Sorry, I'll just go back. Okay, there we go. Three spades pass. If you never got any club roughs, then the most the declarer would lose is a diamond, a heart, and a spade. You have to get the club roughs to beat it. And if you got multiple club roughs, the best you could do is beat it three. If you did something like lead the two of hearts, sorry. Say we made the fairly normal lead of fourth best from an unbid suit. Ace. Now, now you might be able to work it. Now you have to get a club rough here to beat it. If you didn't, then it was gonna make. There's one other point that I wanted to make, and I didn't put this in the lesson. How do you know as the defender that partner could rough a third club? How did you know that your partner started with four trumps instead of three? Normally, when you're trying to give count, a high-low says I've got an even number. But and even if you happen to play upside down signals, whatever signals you play, a high-low in the trump suit shows an odd number. If it's in a side suit, a high-low says I've got two or four or six. In a trump suit, a high-low says I've got three, or if you're lucky, five. So when you roughed, if this hand was, for argument's sake, pretend that the east hand didn't have the three of spades. We do. Okay, sorry. So we led the two of clubs. If they started with three spades, they should play the seven of spades the first time. Then the next time, sorry. Then the next time they rough, they would play they would complete their echo, and then when they win the ace of spades, they would know that they didn't have the spade. They actually hold it on this hand, but they know they started with three spades. A high-low in the trump suit shows an odd number. Everywhere else it shows an even number unless you happen to play upside down signals. But in the trump suit, a high-low says an odd number. Just as a side. Okay. That was it for 7. One more to go. It's board 10. All right. Oh, auction. North South are not going to be involved in this auction. This is 17 high card in a balanced hand, but it's just way too strong to open one no trump. The six cards in clubs add about 2 extra points to it. If I had to evaluate it, I'd say it's worth about the same as a 4-3-3-19 count. So it certainly is too strong to open one no. Pass. This hand bids a normal heart. Pass. 3 clubs is okay. Is about right. It's not forcing. It's highly invitational. Promises a decent 6-card suit. Maybe 7. Pass. The only non-forcing, the only way to stay out of game is for East to pass, is for West to pass here. If West bids over 3 clubs, you're forced to go to game. If you don't do that, you're making so many weird bids just to set up forcing sequences that you don't want to do it. West is promised 6, East is promised 16 or 17. You're probably getting to game if either one, if West is, it has any extra values. So, so when West bids 3 hearts here, that's a forcing bid. They want to show their 6 hearts. North says pass, and they don't have a spade stopper. And the King X of hearts, once partner's shown 6, that's good enough support. The partner has 6 hearts for a 3 heart call, so we've got an 8 card fit. Now, obviously we have the jack. If we just said they opened 4 hearts and it went pass, 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 we'd probably lead the jack of clubs. It's a nice sequence to lead from. But here they've shown long and probably strong clubs. They've got a fit. This is an auction that you want to lead very aggressively. You certainly want to lead a spade or a diamond. And you the threat of this club suit is so large that you probably want to lead from your stronger, shorter suit than a diamond than your longer, weaker suit. So it sort of says we want to lead a spade instead of a diamond. I know we've sort of rigged the hand up, but I think the 2 of spades is what I would lead at the table. Um, it doesn't come up very often, but from 3 to an honor, we know to lead low. From 3 to 2 honors that aren't connected, we want to lead low as well. Um, just so partner has an idea that we've got an honor. So 2 of spades to the ace. South is also can see the threat of this club suit, and we know the declaring side controls the diamond suit, so we want to just return our 4th best spade. The low spade is important. We don't have to trap anything. Like we don't want to return the 10 to trap like the jack from declare. Um, and we want to make sure partner has a good count on spades so they know what to cash out. So this guy will try the queen. But we should know with the north hand the declare has another spade. If declare if declare started with queen X, so that the south hand started with 5 to the ace, they would return their original 4th best. If they had if the south hand started with ace 10 9 8 4, they should continue with the 8. So when they come back with the lowest outstanding spade, North should know that South has nothing lower than the 4, and therefore has sorry, yeah. So they know there's a 4. So the Jack of Spades is known to cash, and fortunately for the defense, they'll end up. I won't go through that part, but the defense will end up taking a heart trick as well. So the points that we wanted to make on this hand is when they've got, again, this was similar to I think it was hand 5, where declares known to hold a suit in dummy that's going to provide pitches. We want to lead aggressively. And that means we want to set up quick tricks rather than try and play it safe. We want to lead away from our honors rather than lead, even though it's an unbid suit. Leading a diamond is only going to work if partner has the ace or the king and queen, probably. So we wanted to lead aggressively, even though leading away from a king and a jack is a little dangerous. It's worth the risk of trying to. You might give up a spade trick right away, but you want to be able to cash as many tricks in spades and diamonds as quickly as possible before the club suit comes thundering down on your head. Let's just go back. Sorry. Okay. Uh, if we led a diamond, if you are going to lead from this suit, you want to lead a high one to try and help partner know you don't have honors. Declare can now they can cash the ace. Sorry, they can cash the ace king of hearts. they don't want to give up the Queen of Hearts because then the defense can attack spades, but they can play the Ace King Queen of Hearts. Ace King Queen, sorry, Ace King Queen of Clubs, pitching spade losers. When they're fortunate enough that the suit splits 3-3, uh, they can pitch the last spade loser as they rough with the trump. Now and now that'll be it. So up actually it was even 12 tricks. Sorry. But that's what happens on a diamond lead, and that isn't totally unexpected. Lead aggressive, well, if you're gonna lead aggressively, you need to sort of learn which auctions suggest leading aggressively and then power out underlead kings, underlead queens, don't underlead aces, or cash unsupported aces unless you have to. Um, that was that. So that was the lessons for this week. Just sort of guidelines for when you want to lead aggressively, when you want to lead trumps. We didn't put any one in here about when you want to lead passively. But against suit contracts, the fact that they've settled in a suit contract instead of 3-no implies that you probably want to lead aggressively more than you would against most 3-no contracts. Okay. Any other questions on this one?
No, but I have one on another hand. If you could
Sure.
go over the bidding on hand 9, what it
9.
should
Okay,
be.
let me just load it up. Okay. So the north hand is worth a 1 spade opener. So that should be pretty normal. Keep in mind, I haven't seen these hands before, so I'm relatively blind. 1 spade. Even though it's a jack high suit, we have 7 of them. We have 12 high card points. It's still a 2 club. This is a 2 club call. Uh, South has enough to get to game. Um, they have 11 high card. They have 4 cards in support of partner. Um, and they have a void in the opponent's suit. I think there's 2 bids that would spring to mind for me here. The first one is 3 clubs. This says I've got a limit raise or better. It only promises 3 card support. Um, but at least you get the fit off your had off you let partner know that you've got a spade fit right away. That can be important because frequently the opponent, if you start with 2 diamonds and they jam you in clubs, or a negative double and they jam you with clubs, partner's not going to be able to evaluate very successfully. They won't know about the spade fit until you tell them on the next round. Better to make bids that say, I have a fit right away, especially in competition. So 3 clubs is actually it's my second choice, but I'll get to my first one in a second. Pass. North, it's 12, but and it's a singleton. 4 spades or 3 spades. I'll say with 3 spades because even if they don't bid 3 spades, this hand is enough to go to game. If they did bid 4 spades, sorry, I'll undo it. If they did bid 4 spades, then South has a lot of undisclosed values. They have a club void that partner doesn't know about. They have a 4th trump, which is good. I would pass, but it would not surprise me if 6 spades made. Partner could have made a stronger actions than 4 spades if they had some slam interest. 4 spades doesn't end the auction, but it does have an upper limit to it. Okay. Um, so that's one way of getting to only 4 spades. My favored bid instead of 3 clubs, if you play splinter bids, this one is ideal for a splinter bid. If you bid 4 clubs over 2 clubs, that says, first off, I've got enough to get to game, obviously, since we're at the 4 level. I have 4 trumps or more, and I have a singleton or void in clubs. Now, partner, this almost perfectly describes this hand. Partner can make very intelligent decisions, especially if they bid over four clubs. Partner knows almost exactly what you have. Here, looking at the ace king of clubs opposite shortness, they should have no slam interest. Now they can pass out four spades fairly comfortably. So South should do something which says I have a fit. If you're
So
comfortable playing four clubs as a splinter bid, that would very accurately describe that hand. If you don't, three clubs is a very good second choice. I don't like two diamonds or a negative double because I want to show my fit right away.
yeah, our bidding went one spade, two clubs, two diamonds.
It's not that bad.
And I
So
was
if it,
north and I kind of didn't know what to do.
yeah, you're sort of stuck. I would bid three di so hang on, so we're just going there. So two diamonds pass.
I already showed my five spades. He
Yeah,
already
so
knows
you
about the
don't want to
five
rebid
spades.
spades. You like to have four diamonds here, but I think I'd choose three diamonds. Partner went out of their way to show diamonds. If you're going to back into no trump, it'll have to go three diamonds pass, three hearts pass, three no. Um, so two no isn't an unreasonable second choice. You cannot pass two diamonds is the big important thing. It's a new suit it's unlimited. Um, so if you passed, yeah, now you missed a game. But whether you bid three diamonds or two no trump, those are the only two calls I'd really consider. South's next bid should be four spades.
So you
Let's
wouldn't
get there.
want to bid three clubs, even though you
Three
got more
clubs, it's
clubs.
a cubit of their suit. It doesn't say I've got something in clubs. It's like a really good three diamond bid. It's like it says it's cubiting their suit, shows support for partner's suit. So there might be some exceptional hands, but you don't want to bid three clubs, which you might have done had they not overcalled two clubs, but you don't want to do it there. It's a cubit of their suit. It doesn't say I've got clubs. It just says I've got a really strong hand that I don't know what to do yet. Help me
But
out.
but it's a forcing bid because it's a new suit by responder, even though East bid something in between.
The two diamond call?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's going to be hands with like 14 or 15 points that you'll have to start with two diamonds. So yeah, you have to. It's a 2/1 response anyway, but it's a new suit by responder. That's forcing unless it's very specific circumstances. So that one's forcing. I know North doesn't have a comfortable rebid, but they've got to do something. I would suggest three diamonds.
Yeah, my mistake was I passed.
Yeah, can't do that.
And
Sorry. That this is
my
why.
partner later reminded me I passed a forcing bid.
Yeah, yes, that's always bad. Well, not always bad. Sometimes it's the right thing to do, but on this hand, it isn't.
All right, thank
So,
you.
two diamonds wouldn't be my choice, but that shouldn't have stopped you getting the four spades. Okay, folks. Thank you. A reminder that Thursday is going to be the last one we're doing the lesson. We're taking July off for the community game lessons. Um, but I hope to see you on Thursday. Thank you all very much. I'll post in case you missed it, I'll post the lesson hand again, so you can grab that. All right, stop recording.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you.